We've talked about green concrete, net zero buildings and modern methods of construction on this channel, but today we're talking about something that could reshape the industry even more profoundly, the law itself. The Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive, or CSDDD, is one of the biggest regulatory shifts the construction sector has seen in decades. This isn't just another sustainability framework or voluntary reporting standard, it's legally binding, and it changes who construction companies are responsible for, not just on-site, but across their entire supply chain. From raw material extraction to subcontractors and labour practices, the era of business as usual is coming to an end. So who is directly in the crosshairs? The law currently targets the giants, EU companies with more than 5,000 employees and 1.5 billion euros of turnover, as well as large non-EU firms generating that same turnover inside the EU. But here's the important part. Even if you're a smaller contractor, supplier, consultant, or manufacturer, you are still likely to feel the impact. Why? Because the directive creates what many are calling a cascade effect. Large companies are now responsible for their chain of activities, meaning they'll push these due diligence requirements down through subcontractors, suppliers, logistics providers and manufacturers and their business partners. In practical terms, if you want to work on major projects in future, your clients may soon require evidence of human rights and environmental due diligence from you too. At the centre of the directive is something called Human Rights and Environmental Due Diligence, or HREDD. Think of it as a continuous risk management cycle. The 6 key steps are: integrate sustainability into company policies, identify actual or potential impacts, prioritise risks based on severity and likelihood, take action to prevent or address harm, monitor whether those actions are working, and communicate publicly about the results. And this applies to real-world construction risks, such as forced labour in material supply chains, unsafe working conditions, pollution from extraction sites, illegal waste disposal, or environmental damage linked to projects. Importantly, the law recognises that companies can't fix everything at once, so firms are expected to focus first on the most severe and most likely risks. In practice, companies often rank risks into high, medium and low priority categories based on severity, likelihood, and how directly connected they are to the business, and this helps prioritise their actions. One of the most important ideas in the directive is the phrase, appropriate measures. This is where the law moves beyond simple compliance checklists. A company can't just hand suppliers a code of conduct and walk away. The measures must be effective, proportionate, and realistically capable of reducing harm. In construction, that could mean improving procurement practices so impossible deadlines don't encourage labour abuses, investing in cleaner production methods, supporting safer working conditions, or even providing financial and technical support to SME partners, and that might include low-interest loans, training, capacity building, or operational support to help suppliers meet the new standards. The goal is not paperwork, the goal is real-world impact. The directive also forces companies to look far beyond the construction site itself. The upstream supply chain is broad: steel production, timber sourcing, quarry operations, transport, storage, manufacturing and material processing. Downstream obligations are narrower under the CSDDD, mainly distribution and storage carried out on behalf of the company. But many experts argue companies should still think very carefully about the long-term impacts of buildings too, because if design decisions contribute to environmental harm or human rights risks later on, scrutiny may still follow. You cannot do due diligence in a vacuum. One of the most critical parts of the law is stakeholder engagement. Companies are expected to actively engage with employees, trade unions, affected communities, and other groups impacted by projects. And if concerns are raised, companies must provide a complaint mechanism that is fair, transparent, and genuinely accessible. If a complaint is found to be well-founded, the company is legally expected to address the issue. That could involve remediation measures such as financial compensation, corrective action, or non-financial remedies designed to repair the harm caused. The directive also places strong emphasis on protecting whistleblowers and preventing retaliation against people who speak up. So what happens if companies ignore all this? The penalties are potentially enormous. National supervisory authorities will have the power to investigate companies and issue fines that could reach up to 3% of their worldwide net turnover. And it doesn't stop there. The directive also introduces civil liability provisions. That means victims of due diligence failures may be able to seek compensation through national courts. In other words, this is no longer just a reputational issue, it's becoming a legal and financial risk issue too. The timeline is already moving. The European Commission is expected to issue sector-specific guidance in 2027, and by 2028 member states must transpose the directive into national law. And by 2029 implementation begins in earnest. For construction companies, this is more than compliance. It's a complete shift towards risk-based, supply chain-wide accountability. The companies that adapt early will likely gain a competitive advantage. Companies that ignore it may find themselves locked out of major projects, facing legal action, or struggling to secure investment. The question is no longer whether this change is coming. The question is your supply chain ready? If you found this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe and share this video with someone working in construction, procurement or sustainability. And let us know in the comments, do you think the construction industry is ready for supply chain accountability on this scale? Thanks for watching. See you next time.